You are tuned in to the 5-Minute Signal, Mental Fortitude. I am Reese Kale, Cognitive Strategist. This is not a self-help podcast. This is a tactical brief for optimizing your internal operating system. We don't do positive thinking here. We do strategic execution. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get to work.
The University of Pennsylvania and UC Berkeley just published findings that should fundamentally change how you think about social media use. 820 participants tracked across 6 months, passive consumption versus active engagement measured. The conclusion is definitive. Individuals who primarily scroll and consume content show significant increases in markers of learned helplessness, the psychological state where you believe your actions do not matter and outcomes are beyond your control. The mechanism is straightforward. Passive scrolling trains your brain that you are an observer, not an agent. You watch other people's lives, achievements, opinions, drama, but you take no action. Your prefrontal cortex, responsible for goal-directed behavior and agency, atrophies from disuse, while your limbic system stays activated by emotional content you cannot influence. After months of this pattern, your default psychological state becomes helplessness. The world happens to you, not because of you.
Here's why it matters. You spend hours every day in passive consumption mode, scrolling feeds, watching stories, consuming content created by others. You are not creating. You are not building. You are not executing. You are spectating. And your brain is learning from this. Every hour you spend watching other people live teaches your nervous system that you are not the one who acts. You are the one who observes. This is not harmless entertainment. This is systematic agency destruction. The study showed that passive scrollers develop the same psychological markers as individuals experiencing chronic, uncontrollable stress: elevated cortisol, reduced motivation, impaired executive function, and a belief that effort is futile. Why? Because when you are passively consuming, you have no control over what you see, no influence over outcomes, and no feedback loop between action and result. Your brain concludes, I do not matter. My choices do not matter. The world is something that happens to me. This is learned helplessness, and you are training it into yourself daily.
The hard truth, scrolling is not relaxation. It is self-inflicted psychological damage. You think you are unwinding. You are systematically dismantling your sense of agency. The research is unambiguous. Passive consumption rewires your brain into spectator mode. You stop believing you can influence your environment because you spend most of your waking hours in an environment where you have zero influence. You watch, you consume, you react emotionally, but you do nothing. And your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning, decision-making, and goal pursuit, goes dormant. Meanwhile, your limbic system stays activated because the content is emotionally charged. You feel things intensely while doing nothing. This is the worst possible combination for mental health: high emotional activation with zero agency. The study confirmed this. Passive scrollers reported dramatically higher feelings of powerlessness, anxiety, and life dissatisfaction compared to those who actively created or engaged.
Here's the actionable move. 3 tactical protocols to reclaim active engagement and rebuild your sense of agency. 1. Replace 30 minutes of passive scrolling with active creation daily. The UPenn study showed that just 30 minutes of creation, writing, building, learning a skill, producing anything, reversed learned helplessness markers within 4 weeks. Creation is agency training. When you make something, you prove to your brain that your actions produce results. It does not matter what you create. Write a paragraph. Build something with your hands. Learn 5 words in a new language. Code 10 lines. The goal is not mastery. The goal is proving to your nervous system that you are an agent, not a spectator. Do this daily. Your brain will recalibrate. 2. Shift from consuming to contributing when you do engage digitally. If you must be on platforms, create instead of scroll. Post your thoughts. Share your work. Engage meaningfully in discussions. The Berkeley study showed that active engagement, creating content, commenting substantively, building connections, does not produce learned helplessness because you are exercising agency. You are influencing your environment. You are receiving feedback. This trains your brain that your actions matter.
3. Track your consumption to creation ratio weekly. At the end of each week, calculate how many hours you spent passively consuming versus actively creating. If your ratio is 10 to 1 or worse, you are in the danger zone. Your brain is being systematically trained into helplessness. Aim for 3 to 1 as a starting target. 3 hours consuming, 1 hour creating. Then move toward 1 to 1. The goal is not to eliminate consumption. The goal is to ensure your brain spends enough time in active mode that it remembers you have agency. You are not a spectator. Stop training your brain to believe you are. I'm Reese Kale. This has been the 5-Minute Signal. Stay sharp.